We've been talking for weeks and months about Fantastic Four and what an important movie it is leading into Avengers Doomsday. And could this be the win that Marvel so desperately needed to end 2025? Because quite frankly, it's been flop after flop, failure after failure. And after a weak opening weekend at the box office, which, by the way, was about exactly the same as Superman's, but it didn't look like it was going to have the same hold. We found out, early in that week, it was projected for a 55 to 60% drop, which wouldn't have been the end of the world, but wouldn't have been the good hold that it desperately needed to. We didn't even get that, Jay. Fantastic Four craters by 66% in its second weekend at the box office. And yes, indeed, down 66% from an opening of, what was it, around 116, whatever that was, $116 million, down to $40 million in its second weekend. And it's one thing if it's Spider-Man No Way Home and it opens to like 300 million, and then you have a 66% drop, which is still like $100 million, still a huge second weekend. It's a little different if you have a very mediocre to weak opening and then you drop by this much. This is reminiscent of Captain America Brave New World, down 68%. It's reminiscent of Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, down 70% after a kind of similar opening. And honestly, that's pretty much fucking it. If this is the hold that it had in its second weekend, I don't know how it recovers from this. And you're now looking at a movie that might struggle to hit somewhere between, $525 and $550 million at the box office. That might now be the top possible for something like Fantastic Four. So effectively, it's another failure. It's another failure for Marvel, like other than some miraculous comeback.
I saw some crazy cope. I think I sent you a couple where once this news was public, there were people blaming the fans, saying it's the fans' fault. People were upset that my Jurassic World was winning at the box office. Then there were other people saying, who gives a crap about the box office? I thought, Gary was going on a bunch of these. This is just one of many. I sent you one where a guy's like, who cares about the box office? We just want to watch these movies. It went on and on. The cope is crazy here. And everyone's mad that my Jurassic World Rebirth is dominating the month of July. Even Tom from Midnight's Edge had a little cope in my comment section, and I called him out on it because he's saying Superman's going to recover, trust me, and dinosaurs won't rule. But it's going to happen. There's nothing you could do about it. Jurassic Park has won, even though it's going to digital tomorrow. Kind of crazy. Not even in the theater a month, and it's coming out on digital tomorrow.
All right, so not on streaming, but on video on demand, digital.
Video on demand,
yeah. I saw John Roca. Some people won't want to hear this, but it might be time to stop putting all the blame on studios or creators for underperforming movies. It might be time to start looking at the intelligence level of moviegoers. If a phenomenally stupid film like Jurassic World Rebirth can crush films like Superman and Fantastic Four, then something might be wrong with all of us and not the studios or the creatives. Someone who desperately wants to continue to get invited to things for early access. One of my inherent problems with this tweet is people pretending like Superman isn't also slop like Jurassic World Rebirth, right? Yeah. Like the idea that Superman is some monumental, just genius level class of a movie is a joke. It's by far James Gunn's worst superhero movie by a long shot, by a big margin. And so pretending like, well, that Jurassic World Rebirth is a stupid movie, but Superman is fucking brilliant is wild. Right?
The thing is, Jurassic World, they kind of know their audience a little bit. They just want to see dinosaurs eating people. So they made sure that was in the film. It's not the greatest Jurassic movie of all, but like you said, it was better than the last two films of the Jurassic World, I guess, Chris Pratt line. And they just made dinosaurs chasing and eating people. They kind of kept it pretty simple. And of course, the pharmacist guy is the bad guy, the corporate guy's the bad guy. Pretty simple formula. Saying that people are stupid because they enjoyed it is quite the take. Saying that we have low intelligence is quite the take coming from someone like that.
And there is now this incessant need. It's happening for Superman. It's happening for Fantastic Four, depending on which person wants to argue for what. Well, it doesn't really mean anything, and we have to reevaluate what a hit means, blah, 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 all this bullshit. Look, no, the box office results are not indicative of that something is a better movie than something else, right? Black Panther made more money than Captain America Winter Soldier by a lot. Yeah. You'd be hard-pressed to find any objective person who would tell you that Black Panther is truly a better movie than Winter Soldier. A lot of different things are at play. Avatar made a lot more money than Shawshank Redemption. Does that mean that Avatar is a better story and movie than something like Shawshank? I think you'd have a lot of arguments about that, right? I don't think a lot of people would agree. But different things go into it. People come to movies for different reasons. The marketing for movies can be good or bad, but it also can give you an idea of what people feel about the brand or the IP as a whole because of these things, right?
Exactly.
The Fantastic Four, Marvel's first family, maybe not their most popular characters, but characters that are recognized by virtually everyone in what is supposed to be the lead into Avengers Doomsday. And this is the result. That is an abject failure. These are the reasons box office does matter in the grand scheme of things. Not because if this movie doesn't make $1 billion, it's not any good, but it's just a reality. You have to talk about it. If people don't go, you can make the best movie in the world, and if it only makes $1 million at the box office and you spent $200 million making it, you're not going to be able to make those movies for very much longer. That's why it's important.
I'm gonna show you something because I think you're wrong.
Okay.
And according to this guy right here, the obsession with the box office is killing movies and creativity. All right, he did a thing here. All right, I want you to see his thing. All right,
you should have put claps.
Yeah, he puts a period. Who gives a F how much the movie makes? Why don't we just make them for free? Why not? Why not? Let's just do that. He really did something bold here, man. You know what? I might turn over a new leaf. I might follow his direction. His name is Hunter, by the way, just so you know. But, he's getting destroyed in the comments, Gary. The studios, because the movies are not shown or made for free. Hope that helps. I guess people should just make movies for free. But I don't know why he says the obsession with the box office is killing movies and creativity. Bad storytelling, damaged brand, Pedro Pascal fatigue, and others are all
it's a business.
Have a part in it. Yeah, it is a business.
It's a business. It's not a fucking charity. And it's great to let creators have their vision and tell their story. But if you invest money in that and it doesn't work out, you don't get to keep doing that, right? You don't get to keep doing something if it's losing a significant amount of money for a company. And there's nothing unfair about that. It's fucking business. That's the way it works.
Yeah, exactly.